How you can earn $100,000 per month with Chat GPT, a legitimate way to make money online right now. What is this? Well, my name is Ryan Borden. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. If we go to Stripe, this is our credit card processor that collects money. We also have PayPal, but this is the credit card processor. We can see the past 4 weeks is $225,000. We can see it nicely summed up down here. If we roll out to the past 12 months, we can see that it looks more like $1 million, $1.05 million. And we have some successful payments, and then, there's different breakdowns here. And then we have failed where people didn't have enough money or they were fraud. But the actual payments we collected is here, a little over $1 million in the past 12 months. But let's talk about 4 weeks instead and keep it simpler. Basically a month, right? $225,000. I did say $100,000 a month. We made $225,000 in the past 28 days. But the truth of the matter is this does take some work, and you're not going to get to $100,000 a month even like tomorrow. It's just not going to happen. You got to build up to it, but you have to start in order to get to $100,000 a month. And you definitely can, if you want to put in the work and the time, get to $100,000 a month. But the reason that we're going to make this a legitimate way is, one, we're going to run it like a real business, because it is. We're going to run it like big businesses do, and we're going to be smart about it. But we're also going to use Chat GPT, which is the hack, as well as other AI, which we're going to talk about today, including Midjourney, to leverage working smarter and not harder. So how do we do this? Well, the first step, if you'll do me a favor, pause for a second and put a yes down in the comments if this is content that you like, because I look at the yeses and the quantity of them, and so I can judge what kind of videos work versus what kind don't. In fact, I was just in there looking at them right before I started this video. So if you do that for me, of course, it helps with YouTube too, but give me a yes in the comments and let me know that you like this strategy and that you want more strategies like this. Step one, we need a list of something to promote. So stick with me for the video. I'm going to walk you through this process. But step one is the scary tool checklist, and it's just a checklist. If you go here to this website right here and enter your email address, then we can see that there is a list of tools that will pay you to promote them. There's lots across the bottom, of course. We can see different ones, but basically it's a list of tools, and you can get a link from them, and then when someone signs up, you get paid. The second thing to notice in here in the Scary Toolbots checklist is the yellow bar here, and that is the free Facebook group where you're going to want to join, because there is tens of thousands of other like-minded people and people having success, posting their screenshots of what they're doing and answering questions and helping people every single day. So you want to join the free Facebook group, so do that as well when you go to the website. Now, after we have our list, let's say I'm just going to take the top one here. This happens to be Jasper, which is an AI writing tool. We can log into our affiliate control panel, and you just sign up at the bottom with the affiliate partners thing here. Let me log in. Pretty straightforward. We have some unpaid earnings of $3,000 or so. We have some payouts that we can see rolling back over a year. And it's a reoccurring commission structure, which is also really nice. So we get $2,000 to $3,000 every month. We haven't promoted it in a while, but you can see 30% reoccurring commission means if someone signs up today, you get paid next month and the month after and the year after and the year after that, all the way out until they cancel. Or if they stay a customer for the next 20 years, you get paid for the next 20 years, every single month, 30%, right? So that's a really great thing. But basically we just need this link right down here. This is our link to get paid. Now, this is not a system that's fly by night. Like, I'm not teaching you how to do that. I want to teach you how to actually run a business. So we are going to use an actual business system called a CRM to leverage up to make more money, because this is really how you get to making more money. We could send traffic directly to this link. Like, we could go post it on social media, make some videos and whatever, and we'll make a few sales. We'll make a few bucks. And if you want to just do that, shortcut the process because you're just looking for some money to, go out on date night, or you're looking for some money to buy, a low-end drone, or I don't know what you want to do with your money, right? You want some gas money for the month. I don't know. Whatever it is, you can do that. I am not interested in that. I'm interested in actually making a whole lot more money, like thousands of dollars and tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars. So that's what I'm going to teach you. If you want to do the shortcut method, go for it. If you want to earn tens of thousands of dollars, stick with me. So we have our link, we have our product. We'll talk about that later on down in the process. Now we need to start driving some traffic. Well, we're just going to replicate some videos. Now, we can use Chat GPT to help us with that, as well as some other things. I've talked about that in other free trainings, as well as we talk about it, of course, in the live classes. What are the live classes? If you go here to this website right here, you can get in the live classes where we have every Tuesday and every Thursday. In fact, this, the next class is this coming Tuesday, which is tomorrow. Then you can go ahead and get in the live classes and we break everything down for you. But what we're talking about right now is going to get short form content and replicating it. Now, I went to TikTok. It can be TikTok. It can be YouTube Shorts. It can be Facebook Reels, Instagram Reels. It doesn't matter really what it is. It's just short form content, the vertical content like you see that's less than 60 seconds. This is the hottest, fastest, lowest hanging fruit method to get this right now. And the truth is, like, I'm after low hanging fruit. We can work harder if we want and do other things. And, but I'm always after whatever's the low hanging fruit, whatever's the easiest way to do this, because I believe in smarter, not harder, and I'm going to go after the low-hanging fruit. Now, eventually, when you get up into making millions of dollars a year, you got to figure out different systems, and you got to do other things, and so the new low-hanging fruit might not be so low-hanging. You might have to get on the ladder to go up the tree to get the fruit, but that's okay because there's a lot of fruit up there too. But right now, especially when you're just starting out, you want the stuff that you can stand on the ground, walk up, and just pick it, right? Used to live in Phoenix, and there was this huge field of orange trees. They were turning it into a development, and so the orange tree farm had been abandoned, and you could just go out and pick oranges, and we just walk out and just, I went all crazy and bought this big old fruit picker on a pole and all this sort of stuff, and I got there and realized that you can just walk out and the oranges are just there. You just reach up and just pick the oranges. They're just hanging down right there for you, and you go from tree to tree to tree. And we filled so much, we did 5 or 6, 7 trees, had so many boxes of oranges in the car. It was crazy. We shared them with people, couldn't handle anymore, never needed the fruit picker, right? So that's what I'm talking about. Walk out, grab the fruit, which is the money, and go with it. All right, so back to the point. Grab a video that's done well. We've got 4,000 views, 3 million views, 1.2 million views. Grab a video that does well, replicate it. We can use Chat GPT for that. Go watch another free training on that on this same YouTube channel. And once we replicate our video, somewhere in the video, we're going to put a link to our website, which redirects to our CRM. What does that mean? We put a link like this. Say it's amazingwebsite.com. Whatever it is, you register a domain name, something that's easy to remember, and then we redirect it to our landing page, which we're about to look at. So how do we do that? Well, I don't have time to cover everything. This is like a 15-minute YouTube video, right? And so we break all of that down for you in the live classes here at this website, but you can go ahead and join there and accelerate. You can even join the Facebook group and ask how to do that and see if someone will help you. It's not complicated, but it's a few steps, right? So at any rate, we need to get to our landing page because now we have a video, we posted it out there, people are watching it, and they are going to our amazing website, whatever it is, and now what happens? Well, it goes to the landing page. Landing page looks like this. Landing page looks like this, and we actually built the title and the subtitle here with Chat GPT in a different video, which you can watch. And we have this all set up. What happens is someone comes here, they enter their email address. Once they have their email address, or once we have their email address rather, then they are what I call a lead. So don't get hung up in terminology, but I'm going to call it a lead for simplicity because now they've entered their email address. The email address goes into the CRM here, and the CRM starts sending them emails automatically like so. So we're still building this out, right, in this campaign, but it starts sending them an email. And when you go in here to the email, you can read about it. And then it says, click here to get started. Where do you think that link goes? It goes to our affiliate link here so that they click on it. And then they go to the page and they say, oh, they watched the video. It's awesome. And they claim their free 10,000 words or whatever, or try it for free. And then they convert to a paid customer and then you get paid. So that's how the process works in a nutshell, but we need to set up the CRM so that it's automatically sending these emails. And the beautiful thing about it is it starts sending emails on a delay setup. So it delays, and as soon as someone enters their email, they get an email from us. So they immediately go to that page. They immediately go here as soon as they enter their email address, and they enter the email address like right here. So they go to the page they can buy. Most people don't buy right away. Of course, it takes 7 times on average, but that is an average. A few people will buy right away, very few. So if you do mass numbers, you'll make a few sales immediately. The rest of them are going to buy when you send them an email now, and then in 5 hours, and then a day, and 2 days, and 5 days, and every single day for all of 2023. and we're going to sell them this tool, and then we're going to go back to our checklist and sell them the next tool and the next tool and the next tool and the next tool and sell them all the tools. And we're just going to sell to them all year long. And it's all going to run on autopilot with the CRM doing all of the work, sending out all of the emails automatically for new people that come in, right? And so that's how you build a system. So that's what our system looks like in a nutshell. This is we obviously have way more emails than in this. This is a sample environment that I'm building, like a demo environment. This is what I use, the account I use to teach in the classes as we build through things. So obviously in ours, it's like massive. We send out multiple emails every single day, 365 days a year, Christmas, New Year's, doesn't matter. We're sending out emails. So how do we do this? Well, we need to make this landing page as awesome as possible. And like I said, we use Chat GPT to write some descriptions and different things for this. But now we can throw in an image here and make this better, right? Jasper has what's called boss mode. So now we want to edit the page and use boss mode. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use some more AI tech to help us in this process. So we have a landing page, but we want to increase conversions. What does that mean? Well, we get leads. Leads ultimately are the people that enter their email address on the landing page like you see in the background there. So what does that mean? Well, as they enter their email address, then we can send them emails and they click on the links and they buy, and that equals money. So leads equals sales equals money. Pretty basic. Now, the more leads we get, the more people we have to sell to send the emails to, and thus the more money we make. So we want to increase this conversion because X number of people are going to come here, right? 10,000 people come here. Out of those 10,000 people, only a percentage will enter their email address. So if 1% enter their email address, then you get 1% of 10,000 people you can sell to. If 20% of people enter their email address, then you have 20% of people that you can sell to. If 50% equal, then you have 50% of 10,000 people, right? So that's 5,000 people versus 1% of 10,000 people, which I think is like 100 off the top of my head, right? So that's massive. 100 versus 5,000 is absolutely huge in the amount of people that we can sell to. And the more people we can sell to, the more money that we make. So it's very important to increase our conversion rate. Again, live classes at this website, we cover all this. And I started covering some of it last week, and we're going to go into conversion rate optimization as we move through the current 8-week boot camp, because they're 8-week boot camps of live classes, right? And we cover everything. So what do? Well, we need to generate an image, because if we throw an image in here, that could help. Because you can say a lot, the old phrase, a picture's worth, I think it's a picture's worth 1,000 words is the common phrase. But if you go back in time and look, the phrase started out as a picture's worth 1,000,000 words. And so obviously it's worth a lot. I am perfectly terrible at art, so I use AI instead. So what I'm going to do is open up Midjourney here. This is the Midjourney bot. Midjourney is an AI image generation. Now, you may recognize some of these bots because I use them to make the bots for the YouTube thumbnails. In fact, the YouTube thumbnail that you're watching right now will have a robot that AI created in the thumbnail. So I don't sit around and draw those things. I can't barely draw stick figures, but I don't need to, because in a matter of seconds, AI creates it for me, which is pretty amazing. So what we're going to do here is focus on Jasper, like I said, and Jasper has, if we roll here and just look at the actual landing page that they're going to see, Jasper has what's called a boss mode. Boss mode is pretty self-explanatory. Everybody knows what a boss is, and when you're in boss mode, you're in high performance mode and you're just crushing it, right? So if you watch the video here, about halfway through, it talks about boss mode. So we're going to do boss mode. So if I go here to Midjourney, which happens to run in Discord, if you know what that is, fine. If you don't, no worries. I can create boss mode. So I've done some sample ones here, but I'm going to go ahead and we're just going to re-roll a couple of these and see. So I'm going to re-roll this one and this one, right? What does re-roll mean? It's just a term in the space of AI, regenerate, basically. So we give it a text generation. So I punched in boss mode right here as a text generation, and then these are just parameters, which I'm not going to get into how all of that works, and so on and so forth. And I put in different ones and we get different results. So let's see what we get. We got them generating here. We can see 31%. They are currently being generated. So I'm going to let that finish. That'll take just a minute here as we see it goes through here, and I'll pause the video, and here we go. All right, so we got boss mode. We can click on it. AI is not terribly great with words, so you can see it puts all these wonky words on there. You could either just not use those, or you could, get rid of them. I'm not terribly fond of any of these. Like if we're going for an alien kind of theme, we could do that. Sci-fi, whatever. I'm going for something more, and this is too non-emotional. We want something emotional. See how there's all this background stuff, but it has the letters. So I think this one's really cool, and there is some a couple of them up here that I did as well. So this one I think is kind of cool. Like I think it'll get the point across, really. And I'm not sure about this car background. This one I think gets the point across. It's kind of sci-fi with whatever. I feel like this is buildings in the background. I'm not really sure. It's AI, so it could literally be anything. So I'm thinking either this one. I'm going to go ahead and upscale that one, and which means make it bigger and more high quality. And then let's see this one. I kind of like this one too. This one's okay too. I'm not really big on the city scene. Well, that one has a city scene in the background too. I don't know. So we could upscale numbers 1 and 3 and just have a look at them. Because when you upscale them, it adds a few more details. And so we kind of want to see what happens there. So I'm going to pause the video while it upscales. All right. And so we have some upscale done. I think there's one more working. I kind of like this we're going for emotion here. People pull the lever of buying. What makes them pull the lever is emotion. It's not fanciness or prettiness, it's emotion. So we're looking for a boss mode here that generates emotion, and human faces are really good at that. The thing I don't like about these two images is the face is where all the emotion is. Now you've got some stance emotion here, and I'm not trying to teach you a psychology lesson here, but both of those are kind of, this one's a little closer, but they're both really far away. I really like this one because it's right in there, and then it's got this fire behind the background. So I'm going to go ahead and go with it. Has a lot of nice detail, and you can see the person's face. It's front and center, and it basically says, I know what I'm doing. I'm in charge. I got this. So let's open this up, save this off, and let me stick it in the landing page. All right, and I've stuck it in there. So let's go to the page and refresh. And here we go. So now we have our title, and we have our subtitle, and then we have image that helps elicit emotion, and then they can enter their email address and put in their, click the button. And then this should be responsive on mobile, so it'll, go nicely. I did resize the image. You might want to make it even a little smaller because we want this all to be above the fold. Means when they open the web page, we want them to see everything, at least the email box, right? But ideally the button and everything, which they can right now. So this is a standard size browser. So that is how we can begin to use AI. Again, we wrote this with Chat GPT. We use this with Chat GPT for different reasons. There's videos on that on this channel. You can watch those. And then we have the actual image that begins to elicit emotion of boss mode. And we might even want to go back and put, I don't know if I put boss mode here in the text. So we could even put boss mode like somewhere in the text, right? So they understand the premise of the image itself. Oh, it says right here, unleash boss mode now, right? So we have the concept, the images to connect. Human brain's really great, connects it. So now we have a high converting landing page. And then we can begin to move forward because we're really optimizing things to when we make the videos, right? We had the checklist and review that gave us the product. We do a video that drives them to a website like amazingwebsite.com. And then that lands them on the landing page, and we optimized our landing page to do it. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to scale the tools. So if we go back to our checklist here, our Scary Toolbots checklist at this, website up here, then basically what happens is we can, so we did this one, right? So let me just go to the next one. Once we built this out and we have our landing page and our email set up and it's sending them, X days of emails, then we just move to the next product. You can set it up in the CRM so it automatically starts selling in the next thing, and then the next thing, and then all the things, right? And then all the things over here, right? You get the point. So we scale up this and we just work all year long building the CRM out. And as people begin to buy the things, and then they buy the first thing and they buy the second thing and the third thing, that is how we start to make money and use AI to go from making our first dollar to $100 to $1,000 to $10,000 and so on and so forth up. Now, you don't have to go. I'm telling you right now, it takes a lot of work to get to $100,000 a month. I mean, let's be honest. $100,000 a month is, if we roll back and look at the past 12 months, it is $1.05 million, and we'll do over $3 million this year. But I'm telling you right now, it is a lot of work, right? I work 7 days a week. I work 365 days a year, and I work on the holidays and the whole 9 yards. And we have a team of people too. We have some VAs, and then there's of course Chase, and then so on and so forth. So you're not going to get to $1 million by, doing 15 minutes of work and watching one YouTube video and then retiring on the beach or retiring, in a cabin in the woods. Whatever you want to do. I don't know what you want to do, right? You're just not. It's still going to take work. But the truth is you're going to work anyways, right? Or you're not, because you can't get a job and then you have no money. But if you are going to work, you're working 40 hours a week. What if you could work 20 or 30 hours a week, or even 40, but have a total flexible schedule? You can do what you want when you want. You can flex everything around. And if you don't feel good, you don't go to work that day, or you need to take some extra time off or do what you want to do. And then, you're making 2 or 3 or 5 times as much money as you're making now at the same time. And so then you can even choose to work less. And, you don't have to go to $1 million a year. Maybe you want to do $200,000 a year or $300,000 a year, whatever, right? It's up to you. So that is the method that you're going to use, and then you're just going to duplicate things. So kind of a lot. And there's more than this because, like I said, I can't teach you $1 million a year strategy in a YouTube video that we're now at 20 minutes. But you can go to the live classes at this website here, enter your email address. Then there is another free training when we get to the next page. And the classes function twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays. You can ask questions, and then there's replay sheets with resources as well. And you can watch the free training here and roll down as well and sign up for the classes. They are a paid class, but the price is going up. In fact, it just went up the other day. It's going up again. And if you buy now, then you get the discounted price and you still get everything. If you wait and buy, then you still get everything, but you're just paying a higher price. So that's up to you, I guess. I would encourage you to get in now while the price is lower. Nonetheless, live classes is Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I will see you in the next live class if you sign up. And definitely the first thing to do is sign up with the Facebook group. Should have said that. So go to the Facebook group in the website here and sign up for the free Facebook group. And then after that, go to the live classes and sign up at the website here. And then I will see you in the next live class. And until then, happy money making.